What's up, fam? What is going on? Yo, welcome to our virtual online campus. It's crazy, right? Our virtual online campus. With everything going on in the world today, it's crazy that we can't even come into the house of God. But yo, it's so dope that we have technology, right? The fact that I can still talk to you. I can't see you, but you can see me. Thank God for technology. Listen again, thank you so much for tuning in to our online campus. I'm super excited that you guys are here to join me today. I think God is going to do something incredibly dope today. Listen, before we get started, there's a few things that I want you guys to do. First thing, I know it's lunchtime, right? It's 1:30. Please run downstairs. Go ahead and get your snacks, whatever it is that you want to eat, your juice, your soda, your Kool-Aid, whatever it is, whatever you like. Run downstairs. Go ahead and get it. Get comfortable because we're going to dive in God's word. Second thing that I want you to do, I want you to share this message with all of your friends, all of your Instagram friends, all of your Facebook friends, your Twitter friends, the people that you follow on YouTube, the people from your school, everybody. Share this message with them. I got an incredible word from God, y'all. He really gave me something specific for the young people during this crazy time, right? So those are the first two things. Third thing that I need you to do, we all know how super important it is to bless God, right? The Bible says train up a child in the way they should go. We want to do some great things with God. So what I need you to do is run over to your parents, your mom and your dad, and say, yo, I need that debit card real quick. I know you know the numbers and the pin. I know you know it because I know you use it when you want to buy new lives on Fortnite, Minecraft, whatever it is that you play, Call of Duty, right? But I need you to go and get it, not for that, but so that we can go ahead and bless God. Listen, we got a few ways of giving. The first way is Cash App. The Cash App is dollar sign rejoice in the word ATL. Again, dollar sign rejoice in the word ATL. Second way of giving. Second way of giving. You can text to give. Now, how you do this is you open up a new message and you text RITW to number 45777. Open up a text and the body put RITW and the number is 45777 and follow those instructions, all right? And the last way of giving is online, and that is rejoiceintheword.org. Again, rejoiceintheword.org. So if you're comfortable, if you got your snack, if you've already shared this with some of your friends and whoever's close to you, if you pulled them around with you, if you went ahead and you've given to God, we can go ahead and get right into God's word. Listen, y'all, I got something super dope to tell you today. I know how you are as a young person. Trust me, I'm the same exact way. When I'm on YouTube or when I'm online, I look at something for maybe 10, 15 minutes, and then boom, I'm on to something else. So I promise you, I will not be long-winded with you today. I'm going to cook this up real quick. I'm going to make it. I'm going to chef it up. I'm going to feed it to you so it'll digest really, really good, all right? I promise you, I'm going to cook this up real quick and feed it to you, all right? So let's go ahead and get into this word real quick, y'all, all right? So I believe this message that I'm teaching is very, very important because I want every young believer to know that who we are right now during this time of this pandemic is critical, super important, right? We're at this point in our life where we've been forced to slow down. Everything has stopped in our lives, right? Look at school. School is being taught virtually now. You can't even get up in the morning and go to school. I know a bunch of y'all love that, right? A bunch of y'all love that you don't have to get up super early in the morning. Your parents is not busting in your room telling you to get up, especially probably because you probably been up all night. Listen, my nephew has been staying up late, has been waking up late. I have to remind him, listen, it's not summertime. It's still school time, right? But his mind is like, yo, what is going on? What is going on? So, right, school is being taught virtually. The mall and the theaters are closed. All the things that we use for fun, we can't even do that no more, right? It's crazy. All the restaurants, you can't even go inside to eat now. You got to either have it delivered to your house or you got to order it and then go inside, run, pick it up, go back home. And then you got to lock yourself back in your house. The world as we know it has changed. The world as we know it has changed. And we're starting to see the true character of people. What do I mean by that? Have your close friends called you or text you to check up on you? And listen, have you done the same? Have they reached out to you to make sure that your family is doing fine? Have you reached out to them to make sure that their family is doing fine? See, what I'm quickly trying to say is that it isn't much that we can do to control what's going on right now. But see, what we can control is how we respond to what's happening right now in our lives, right? Young people, I know that you're dealing with peer pressure. I know that it's stuff that's going on in your life. People may act like, nah, you a youngin', you know what I mean? You ain't going through no real problems. You ain't paying no bills. You ain't putting food on the table, this, that, and the third. But listen, my message today is really going to connect with you, all right? The title of my message, let somebody know, is called Choices and Chains. Two things, all right? Choices and chains. It's two things that we're going to have to deal with in our lives, all right? I want to talk about two individuals really quickly today. Two individuals. Now, let me break down what both were going through. One was in chains because of a choice that he made, and the other made a choice that later caused him to be in chains. One more time, I'm going to give that to you, all right? One was in chains because of a choice that he made, and the other made a choice that caused him to be in chains. Now, notice I said a choice, a meaning singular, one. And what that indicates is that all you need to do is make one choice in your life, and your entire life can change. Now, listen, I want to be very frank and real and honest with you, all right? I'm not going to sugarcoat it for y'all this morning. There's some amazing, dope decisions that you're going to make in your life. When you get older, for the ones that's young, you're going to have to decide, man, what school am I going to go to? I'm going to spend 4+ years in college. I'm going to get this degree. I'm going to make this money, take care of my wife or my husband and my children, right? That's a huge decision. That's a major decision. Second decision you may have to make, you're going to have to decide who it is that you want to marry, right? You can't just marry anybody. You want to marry somebody that is really good for you, somebody that's God-fearing, somebody that loves you, somebody that can pour in you. That's a huge decision. You may have to make a decision of how many kids you're going to have, what city you're going to live in. Major decisions, right? Major choices. But what I want to talk about today is those intricate, small choices. Because these intricate, small choices that I'm going to go over today are the choices that can change your life. Extremely change your life. So really quickly, let me give you the definition of a chain. A chain is a connected, flexible series of metal links used for fastening or binding objects. Fastening or binding objects. And to be bound is to be restricted, restrained, tied up by your hands or your feet. And if anybody know anything about this, it's the Apostle Paul. See, Paul was arrested because he simply was spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ. And Paul knew that this would result in the actions that he made because he made a choice. Again, Paul knew this would be the result of his action, but he still made that choice. And one thing that you have to remember, please get this in your head. One thing that you have to remember is that being bound or being in chains is all connected to the choices that you make. Again, never forget that being bound or being enchained is all connected to the choices that you make. Listen, Paul was stuck in a situation. He was locked up in jail, right? He was stuck in a situation that he did not choose to be in, but he had to accept that he was in it. Today, I don't know what young person I may be talking to. I know that you're going through some things in your life and you're stuck in a situation and you're wondering, how did you even get there? You didn't choose to be there, but now you're at this point where you got to accept that you're there. You got to say, yo, fam, I'm here. This is where I'm at. I got to deal with it, right? And you may be bound in something that you did not choose to be in, but you got to accept it. Listen, you may have to accept the fact that your parents got divorced and it affected you more than you thought it would, right? You may have felt like, man, I was a little rough back in the day, right? When I was little, I didn't listen to my parents the way I should have. I didn't pay attention in school the way that I should have. And maybe that caused some tension among my parents, right? Maybe my mom tried to stick up for me and my dad was like, nah, he or she not doing good. And you're stuck in that situation of blaming yourself, but you have to accept it, right? It had nothing to do with you, but you have to accept the situation. You may have to accept the fact that your mother or your father walked out of your life. And that now you may be dealing with abandonment issues. It's hard for you to even make friends at school, right? Get close to people because you feel like, man, all people do is walk out of my life. My dad left me when I was young. He couldn't stay around. My mom, she was going through things in her life, and she didn't see that I was important enough to stick around. Stuck in a situation, right? You didn't choose to be there, but you got to accept that you're there. You may have to accept the fact that you did everything right in your life. Everything that you did, you tried to make the best decisions. You tried to listen to your parents. You tried to do great in school, but things still went wrong, right? Because why? You feel like you're stuck in chains. Stuck in chains. Again, what is a choice? What is a choice? So we went over chains, right? Chain is being restricted. Chains are being bound. Chains is feeling like you're stuck in one area. It's a lot of us that feel like that, right? A lot of us that feel like that. What is a choice? A choice is an act of selecting or making a decision when faced with two or more possibilities. And man, who knows better than this than King David? Listen, King David was stuck in a position where he was considered one of the greatest kings to ever live. One of the greatest kings to ever live. I mean, you would compare him to somebody like Drake, Beyonce, Jay-Z, right? You say his name and everybody know who he is. Everybody wants to party with him. Everybody wants to get fly with him. Everybody wants to hang out with him. Why? Because he was just that known, right? Right? But the Bible speaks of his greatness. Because when it references him, it says that Saul killed thousands, but David killed 10,000s. So it kind of boasted on who he was, right? He was a really dope person, and a lot of people wanted to be around him. See, but even with him being the king, he made a choice that caused his life to never be the same. Because remember what I said earlier, one was in chains because of a choice he made, and the other made a choice that caused him to be in chains. Listen, it's a quick story in 2 Samuel, starting at verse 1, and it talks about David was supposed to be at war with the men, but David, he said, you know what? Nah, y'all go and fight the battle. I'm going to stay behind. I'm going to just chill at home today, all right? I'm going to chill at home today. You know, it's the same equivalent of you skipping school. I'm not going to school today. I'm just going to stay at home. Ain't nobody going to know. It don't really matter, right? So David stayed behind. And what happened was he saw this bad woman. This bad chick he was following on Instagram. So it's the equivalent of sliding in her DMs, right? Sending her a message like, yo, what's up? What's going on? What's your name? Blah, 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 this and that. So David was on a rooftop and he saw this woman, very beautiful. She was bathing. He sent his man. He said, yo, go see who that is. Get her number and bring it back to me, right? But instead of coming back with the number, the whole chick came back. So the girl is now in David's presence. He slip up, right? He make a mistake. He sleep with her. Now this woman is pregnant. She come to him and say, David, hey, you slept with me. I'm pregnant. You the baby daddy, right? She posting it all over Instagram, sonograms, right? I got a baby on the way. David is the father. He's like, man, what is going on, right? Come to find out, this same woman that David slept with, it is man's girl. That's his man's girl. We make bad choices because instead of being where we should be, we're often where we're not supposed to be. See, David made a bad choice because instead of being where he was supposed to be, fighting with his men, he stayed behind, right? And because he stayed behind, it caused him to make a bad choice. See, small bad choices can easily turn into a lifetime of pain. Again, small bad choices can easily turn into a lifetime of pain. I talked about the big choices earlier. Going to school, choosing who you want to marry, having a family. Big choices, right? But these small choices, right? You only intended to watch porn one time, right? One time. But because you did that, the thirst kept growing and growing and growing. You only intended to take the drug one time when you were with your friends and partying. But see, because you took that drug one time, when the friends left and the music stopped, the drug was still in your system. Because instead of being where you were supposed to be, you stayed behind. One small choice. You only intended to sleep with him or her because you thought you loved them and you thought they loved you. In all reality, you had no idea what you were opening yourself up to. Because instead of fighting and being where you were supposed to be, you stayed behind. One small choice. Let me break down what choice is for you. It's an acronym. Write these down. Write these down. And I'm hoping that sometime in the future I can really go into these and really describe what each one means and how important they are. C stands for your character. Keep your character. Remain who you are. Honesty. Be honest with yourself. Man, the choices I've been making, they ain't been the best choices now. I know better than this. I know not to hang with them. I know not to do that. I'm better than that. Honesty. Originality. Be who you are. The Bible says that God knows every single hair on your head. That's how important you are to him. Be original. It's only one of you. You can never be copied or duplicated. Originality. Integrity. Keep your integrity. Remain who you are in God. God loves you because you're so dope because of who you are, your integrity. You could be fly and still love Jesus. I promise you. C, confidence. You got to walk around with the confidence like, listen, y'all may be doing that. That's lame, though. That's corny. I am who I am. I stand in who I am in God, and I'm still fly. And E is excellence. You are excellent because of who you are. You are excellent because of the person that God made you to be. So listen, the choices that you make can determine that the change that you will be in. The choices that you make will determine how your future goes. The choices that you make will determine where you are in your life. Listen, I want to thank you guys for logging on this morning. Thank you for coming into our virtual campus. Listen, I really appreciate it. Again, one thing that I want you to do, share this message, y'all. Let somebody know that, listen, the choices that you make will determine the chains that you're bound in. Would you be bound to Satan or would you be bound to Christ? Listen, again, thank you guys for logging on. Please be safe during this time. Please stay social distancing. I want you guys to log on, share this message, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I love you guys, and I'm signing off. Peace.